Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Bill. Welcome back to my channel. And today I got a good one for you today. This one's going to be a shadow box that you see right here next to me. And it's going to be a Halloween themed one. Halloween's coming close, so let's go ahead and put this out quick. Let's switch cameras here so you can see it a little bit better. And what you're looking at here is, let me turn the lights off so you can see it. And what you're looking at here is a shadow box for Halloween. It's made from 300 by 300 millimeter plywood that is 3 millimeters thick. It's 11 layers to it, and the battery pack is on the back of it. It is glued up on the back. There is a couple things I would have done differently. This, you're looking at it straight on, and it's kind of hard to see something on this that I probably should have done a little bit better. And I'm going to show you in this video. If you don't catch it, I'm sure if you've been doing this a while, you will catch it. But if you don't catch this, I'm going to show you how you can make this a little bit better to where it stands out a little bit more. Just one key element of this part that it's kind of hard to see. But we're going to go ahead and jump in. Let's get the lights back on. And we're going to jump back into LightBurn. And we're going to go over some things here and kind of look at it and show you how you can make that layer, that 11 layer, hopefully reduce it down a little bit, because 11 layers was a bit much. I think I didn't need to have quite that much on it, but we're going to see what we can do to make that 11 layer down a little bit smaller so you're not wasting as much wood. A lot of this stuff you're going to be able to have, you're going to be able to reuse a lot of this stuff that's in the middle, but you don't want to have to use all your wood up to try to make this. So, but I'm going to show you how you can make this, how you can design this. It's going to be a little different than what that one is. I've made a couple of these. I've made a nativity scene one that came out really nice. That I'm probably going to drop in about a month or so. I'll drop that video on how you do that, and I'll show you actually it working. But this one here is a Halloween. You can make it nativity. For Christmas, you can make it whatever you want to make it. Easter, Thanksgiving, whatever you want to make, you can make the shadow box to fit whatever you want it to be. But I'm going to show you how you can design that and take this and run with it. So let's go ahead and jump into LightBurn. And let's take a look at what we have. This is what your shadow box is going to look like. This is the different layers you're going to have. If you do not use the LED rope lights, you're only going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. If you do not have the rope light, LED string lights, rope lights, whatever you want to call them. If you are going to have them, you're going to have spacers between to be able to fill up enough space between to be able to glue those lights around it. So you can go around the inside of it to be able to have that light shine in. So depending on how wide your LED strip lights are dictates how many spacers you're going to need. And I would probably put these spacers between these two right here. I would take this one and glue that one on top of this. Then I would take the next one, this is the second one, glue that one on top of this. Then between these two, I would start putting my spacers. You want that to be able to light up the witch and Halloween and the tree and the house and the moon. You want to light all that up. So by having that spacers between these two, it's going to light everything here up behind it. And then what you're going to see when you put this over top, you're going to be able to see through the web. You're going to be able to see through the picket fence. So it's going to look like you're at the road looking at the house. So that's what the spacers are going to do for you. But I would glue these spacers between here. So let's go ahead and get started. These are the key elements you're going to need. You're going to need to have a house, the Happy Halloween writing, and a spiderweb, a tree, a fence, and then you're going to have the witch. So we're going to start out by getting a square, and we're going to make it 300 by 300. Let's put that on the cut layer, which is my red layer, and let's go ahead and make that 300 tab 300. So we know that that's what we need to have for it. So now we need to make an offset, and I have an offset in here of 4 millimeters. That's what I use to be able to glue all my pieces together. So we're going to select this, hit the offset, change that 0.5 to 4 millimeters. We want it inward. We do not want to delete the original, and we do not need to select the resultant object. We're going to hit OK. Now that is going to be our 300 millimeter offsetted by 4 millimeters. So let's go ahead and let's put the outer one, Control D, duplicate it, that's going to be our backer piece, which is right here. So let's put this one. They need to fix that so I don't have to keep doing it this way. Once you click and you start going down, it should follow you with, but it doesn't. So they need to fix that one. And what I'm going to do with this backer piece is I want to be able to have, if you're looking at my sign, over on the side over here, you see it's got the battery pack and then the cable coming off, and then I glued it between the two spacers. What I should have done was put a little hole in the back side here that I could have fit the rope light through it, and then that would have been able to go around it and then do what you got to do. So that's what we're going to put on here now. Depending on the thickness of your spacers, that dictates what size you're going to need to have for your little cutout here. So I'm just going to put it there so I don't forget it. Let's select that square again, and I'm going to put that over here. And I'm making sure that I'm definitely going to be 4 millimeters away. So let's take this one, offset at 4 millimeters again, hit OK. And now we know that we want to try to put that somewhat in this area right here. Okay, let's delete that 4 millimeter offset. We do not need that right now. So we know that's going to be right there. And we'll adjust that once we get the rope LED lights. Before we glue everything together, we'll be able to adjust that. So that's going to be one. Let's group that together. That's your backer board. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do your next one, which is going to be the tree, your house, and then your moon. So let's go ahead and grab this one here, Control D, duplicate it, and let's bring this over here. All right, let's start working on this one. What we're going to do, we're going to have a little bit of node editing in this video as well too, but I'm going to try to keep it as limited as what I can, because I have videos out there that you can watch and see and learn your node editing. But this will have a little bit in there, and we're going to take this and we're going to put this inside of our 4 millimeter offset inward offset. So we're going to put that in here. And we're going to want to have this overlapping the 4 millimeter part right here. So let's go over hitting Control. That's going to be my least amount of movement, and I'm going to slide it over till it goes over top of that offset. Down here, I'm going to want to have, because you're going to have a 17 millimeter border coming up, and I want to see how far I need to go with that 17 millimeter border. So let's go over here and let's click on this one here, Control D and duplicate it, bring that down, and I'm going to put that on a tool path, and that is grouped. And all I did is I just made a 300 by 300, then I hit offset, and I offset it inwards 17 millimeters. That's all I did for this. Now let's take this piece and let's put that right in this top corner. Now we know if I take this image here of the house and I go all the way down to the bottom, you're going to miss a lot of the door, a lot of the house. So I don't want to go down so low. I'm going to bring that up to probably right about in there, so I'm only missing a little bit of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Shift Alt W. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to go between wireframe course and filled course. Filled course would be your fill. It would show your fill and your line, where wire course is going to still be in fill, but it's going to allow you to be able to edit your stuff and be able to see it a lot better. So you see now it's in fill course. I'm sorry, it's in wireframe course. If you Shift Alt W, it's going to put it in fill course. We want it in wireframe so that we can actually edit this and do things with this. It's a lot easier. So let's go ahead and click this outer, ungroup it first. Let's do it again. Click the outer layer, and it's going to go around the whole entire part of it. And now we're going to offset that 0. I don't want any offset on this, so we're just going to go 0 offset, and we're not going to delete the original. We need to keep that. We hit OK. Now that offset is black right this minute, but I want it to be a red cut layer, so we're going to change that to red. If you come over here to show in your cuts and layers, If you unclick the show, you're going to see you have your outline of your black. It is exactly underneath, I'm sorry, of the outline of your black. It's actually underneath the black. So it's right there. Show it, and you unshow it, you'll be able to see where it is. Now, we are going to unshow it. The house is selected. Let's select the inner 4mm offset and come over here to the Boolean Assistant, and let's see which one we want. We want it to actually join right here just like it did, and we want that line to continue to go up and to continue to go down. So B subtract B from A is what we want. You know it's not this one, you know it's not this one, and you know it's not this one. So you know it is B subtract A. Hit OK. Now it's going to cut all this out. It's going to come around, cut all this out. Then it's going to come up here and cut all this out, come back down, cut around all this. I don't want to cut underneath this, so we're going to do something different now. That's a little bit of node editing that we're going to do. So what we're going to do, select the selector tool. We're going to go into node editing. Now, if this was grouped, you would not have your node show up, so you have to make sure that is ungrouped. Let's come up here and just select these three right here and hit the D key on your keyboard. Come down and select these couple here, hit D on your keyboard. Now let's leave those there. Come over here and go back to your selector tool. Now come to the edge till you see that. Now bring this across and let's put that on top of that line there. And you're going to see why in a minute. We're going to come over here. We're going to go in your node editor, which is what we're in right here. And then we're going to come right where that bullseye hits. We're going to hit I on your keyboard for insert. Now we're going to left click, select that, and we're going to hit B for break. Let's pull that away. We're going to do the same thing up here. Select it, make it red, hover over it, hit B for break, and let's bring that over here and get rid of this one here. Go back to your selector tool, and let's select this, right click, and then delete it. Let's get rid of that. Now, let's get rid of this one here because we know we're going to come straight down to this line here. So, right click and delete. Go back in your node editing, select this one here, and bring this down. You'll see once it hits that color green, that like light teal, you are connected. If you click on this and you drag around, you see the whole thing moves with it. Backspace because I want it where it was. That's how you know that that is a complete shape now. And if you look down here, everything is highlighted. And you have how many objects? One. That's letting you know that that is one complete shape. If you put that on the black layer and show the black layer, that's what it's going to look like. So let's go back. Click on that outer one. We don't want it black. We do want it to be our cut layer. So let's put it back on that. Now we need to add our tree to this. And remember, this blue toolpath is just a guide so you know where your 17mm is going to end. So select your tree. Let's bring our tree down. Before I put that tree down there, I want to make this as straight across as what I can. So how do you do that? What we're going to do is we're going to come up here and hit the tool, the pencil tool. And we're going to come off to the side over here. Left clicking, drag it across to the right, going past the one that you have there. If you hit shift, it's going to see how it moves it to a straight across line. Once you get to where you're past it, click it again, let go to shift, and then move your mouse up and right click. It's going to get rid of that. Now, let's get rid of all the fat down here. Let's trim the fat. Zoom on in. Let's get rid of this piece here. This one. Let's get rid of that. That. We want to keep our line going across, but we want all the other curves away. Alright, and I think we have them all trimmed. That should be it. Now, if this line was black and your tree outline was red, it is not going to group it together. You want to make sure that when you do this, when you draw your pencil line, you're on the same color that your tree is on. The same color as this image has to be your pencil tool. That will automatically lock those together and group them and weld them together. Hit your selector tool. Let's go ahead and get out of there. click off it, just select your tree, and let's bring your tree down to where it's just past this line down here. And I don't want so much connected here, so let's go ahead and left click, control and left till we get probably about there. That's connected here, or it will be. It will be connected there, and then the little piece will be connected there. That's going to make that tree a lot stronger. And we can probably maybe see if we can go up one. Yes, and it's still now below that line. So let's go ahead and, the tree is already selected. Hit control, select the inner box, Boolean Assistant, and there's the one we want. You know it's not that, you know it's not that, and you know it's not that. It is the B subtract A. Now where you look, if you come up here, how you want to make sure that it is connected, you want to go ahead and hit the show black off, and now you'll see it's connected here. It's all one solid shape here. It's all the way up into there. And when it cuts it out, it's going to cut all this out. It's going to cut all this out, cut all this out, and then cut all the rest of this all out. And it's going to be where you'll be able to see through it. So let's go ahead and show that black again. Now we want to add our moon to this layer here. Let's come up to this box, click and come over to the ellipse. You want your ellipse to be coming, because this is just a toolpath. It's just a guide to be where we need to be. Let's come right here to get the bullseye. Bring it down. If you click shift, it's going to make it a perfect circle. Bring it as big as you want to have it. It's whatever you want. You could have it come to this, where that would make that a little more secured on top, or you can come up here, wherever you want. But I think I'll put it right there, because what that's going to do is that's going to make this tree, top tree part, a little bit stronger as well too. And I'll probably let's see what it does. If you try to boolean it now, it's not going to do it, because it's not overlapping any of these lines. So we're going to want to go up, hit my control and go up one and up left. Now we're going to go ahead and, since it is already selected, hit control and select the inner box, the 4mm offset. And then we're going to go back to what again? Boolean. I didn't hit Boolean, I hit the weld. Let's go to Boolean again. Come over here. Nope. That's the one we want. That's not the one we want. That's not the one we want. So we want subtract A from B. Hit OK. Now you'll see it's connected a little piece here. Not much, but it is connected. It's connected on this side and connected on this side. So let's go ahead and ungroup this. Click off of that and select this piece, because you will not see this piece. Right click and delete. It's going to be hidden behind this border, this 17mm border going around. So that's it for this one here. Let me click that toolpath, bring it over here. This one is done. Let's go ahead and group that. This one is done. Alright, let's hit Shift Alt W, and let's do a little bit of node editing in here. So ungroup this. I should have left it ungrouped. And I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look like this up here, where you have all your windows are going to be cut out. All those things are all going to be cut out. So this is how I want it to look up here. So how do we get that? We're going to come down in here, and we're going to do a little bit of node editing. I'm not going to do all this, because it'll take hours to do all this stuff. The node editing, look at my other videos and you'll see how I did this. Shift Alt W, go back to your wireframe, and we're going to take this one here. I seem to have a whole lot of copies there, so let's select this. Let's go up here to edit, I think it is, and delete duplicates. No duplicates found. Well, that's funny, because there are a lot of duplicates right there. As you can see, a whole lot of duplicates. So let's get rid of this one, delete, make sure there's no more there. Nope, that's just the dashes going around. Let's get rid of this one here, delete. That one should be good to go, and that is, oh, okay, a little bit of cleanup. right click, delete, right click, delete. Come down here. I can't believe it's not showing it. I guess because they're not actually on top of each other. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But undo, right click, delete, right click, and delete. Okay, let's click this. That is just dances going around it. And all these are all the same too. Yep. All right. So you're going to take these and you're going to select all of those. You're going to put those on a red layer. Now let's see what happens when we hit Shift Alt W. That's not what we're looking for there, is it? Because it's going to cut all that out. So we don't need to engrave that if it's going to cut it out anyway. So Shift Alt W. The way to get around that is we're going to have them all highlighted already. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate it. Now duplicated it in the red layer. We want to change that to the black layer to match the black layers here. Now if you zoom in real close, you'll see you have turned the show black off. You'll see you got red behind it, and then you got the black in front of it. Now if you hit the Shift Alt W, now you're going to see this could have been done a little bit better, but you understand what I'm saying. So now you'll see it's going to cut those out and it's going to engrave in the middle of them. So that's going to look real nice. Shift Alt W. Let's go ahead and turn these red. That's all we need to do is turn those to red. This one here, Control D to duplicate it. Make the duplicate. I don't think it actually did it, so let me go back. Control D to duplicate it. Now it duplicated. Let's turn that on the red layer. And if you do Shift Alt W, you'll see it's going to actually cut that out, and it's going to look decent for that one. That one's going to do it too. Alright, so coming down, boy, we got some more lines here. I don't know how those things happen because they weren't there when I did this before, but that's okay. Let's get rid of this one here. And this one's got another one too, so let's get rid of this one. LightBurn was messing with me and added some extra lines. No, it's something I did. But anyway, we're just going to do a couple of these. We're not going to sit here and do all of them. We're just going to do just maybe one or two more. Let's take this one here. Let's delete that one for right this minute. Let's click this one. Put that one on the red layer, and let's do Shift Alt W. Now it's going to cut this out, and it's going to have the black engraved around that. So that's going to look nice. And we'll do one more. We'll do one more for good measures. Shift Alt W. Okay, and there's another double one there, but we're not going to worry about that now. Click on that one, Control D to duplicate it, and put that on the red layer. And now you'll see the red is behind the black. Shift Alt W, now you have that. It's going to cut this out, and it's going to put that right in there. So that's going to be real nice. Because what you're going to want to have is you're going to want to be able to see through these windows. You're going to want to see through all these windows, and what's behind it is going to be what you paint for whatever, like it's an orangey, yellow color or a red color or white color, whatever color you want, like lights are on or something's glowing inside it. It's what that's going to represent inside those windows. And you're going to follow through with all the rest of these, and you're going to do all the rest of these windows. So that's it for that. Your first layer is done. Did not take much at all. This next layer is real easy. I'm going to skip it and go to this next layer right here. The reason is this fence sometimes whoops my tail. So click both of those, Control D, duplicate it. Let's bring this down. Let's get my fence. Bring my fence over. The fence is the part that whoops my tail. So what I'm going to do, Shift Alt W, go back to the wireframe. Make sure I'm saying that right. Yep, wireframe, of course. Okay. And we're going to take this one here, the outer part of it. Come on, click the outer. And it's going to go around this whole outer image. I want to do the same with this one here. Click this outer one. Okay, now I've selected all of that outer one, and it has all that one. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do an offset of that. And we're going to go outwards probably a 0.5 millimeter. Let's see what that looks like. And we're going to select the resultant object on this one. Now, it turned it black because that's what the black layer was that we were doing. We want to turn that outer one red. Okay? Shift-Alt-W. This is how we want it to look. We want it to engrave all this wood. So it looks like it's old, looks like it's falling apart, looks like it's been there for a while. And it's going to do all of the both sides of it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take all of this. This is the important part now. You want to group all of this. Now we're going to take this and put this grouped image down to where we want to have it here. And you could have it over to here farther. You could have it, as long as these bottoms are all below that, that's the key what you're looking for. And then whatever you want on the side. So they're all below it. That's fine. We could probably go up just a little bit more, but I'm going to leave it right there, I think, for now. Now, what we're going to do, select, we already have the fence selected. Let's go ahead and select the inner offset. And I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. And that is the one we're going to want. It turned it to a black layer which filled it all in, but that is the one we want. We know it's not this one. We know it's not this one because you don't have your 4mm border going around, and you know it's not this one because it's going past your outer one. So we know it's B subtract A. Let's go ahead and hit OK. And Shift-Alt-W. We need to take this outer layer, ungroup it, and this is where I'm nervous, and turn that to a red layer. Shift-Alt-W, and it worked. Perfect. That's what I wanted it to do. Now we need to get rid of these down below here because we want to be able to see through that, and we want to get rid of these middle pieces here because we want to be able to see through that fence like you're able to look through a fence like you're supposed to. If we don't do anything with it, that's just going to be wood, and you won't be able to see through that fence. So how are we going to get rid of that to where we can cut that out? Shift-Alt-W. Let's come in here and select this one. Hold Control, select that one, that one, that one, and this one. Let's come all the way over here. Keep on going. That's a picket we want to be able to see through. So is that one. So is this one. We want to see through that one, and we want to see through this one. And we also want to be able to see through this one, which you're not really going to see anyway because of the 17mm border that's going around that. So you can click it or not, it's up to you. Now we want to Control D and duplicate that. The duplicate made a duplicate of the black. We want to change that duplicate that we have to a red. So now you're going to see again, if you hit the show black, it's going to have that red behind it. And what that's going to do is if you hit Shift-Alt-W, you're going to see it's going to cut these panels out. Now these are all still set to be filled, correct? Yes. So what we're going to do is, this is the easier part down here. We're going to click the middle, hold Control, click the middle of that, click the middle of that, keep going, all the way down through. We'll stop on that one there. Hit the right click and delete it. Nope. Go back. We want to change that from black to a red layer. Now it's going to cut those out. Okay? Probably with the 17mm you're not going to see that either, but we're just going to go ahead and do it anyway, just in case. If you're up looking down at it, you'll see it. Holding Control, selecting all these boxes, and that's it. Change those to the red layer. Now it's going to cut all those out. These are all going to all be cut out. It's going to look real nice when you're done. You'll be able to see through that fence. Okay, now we got to add the Spiderweb to this. Let's click the Spiderweb and bring that down over here. Let's take that, and we want it to be overlapping this again, right? Just like we did the house and the tree and everything. We want it to be overlapping. You don't want it to be overlapping crazy, but just enough. And we can probably go Control and arrow shift left. That's still overlapping, so that's good right there. And we're good up there. Now, click off it. Click the outer web. None of the inside is selected. Select the 4mm offset box, Boolean, and that's the one you want to subtract B from A. That's going to be what it is. What it's going to do is it's going to cut out all of these little holes in here, and and these pieces are all going to stay. The web part's going to stay, and it's going to cut out all the holes, so you'll be able to see through that web to see your Halloween sign that's going to be behind that layer. All right, so this one here is complete. Let's go ahead and select this whole thing, and let's group that so we don't move anything on it. And let's bring that down here. That's your actual third layer. That's not your second layer. I wanted to do the third layer. That one was the tougher one. Now we're going to do the Happy Halloween and the witch. Select your spacer. Let's go ahead and duplicate that. Bring that over here. Let's get rid of those little anomalies. We don't need them getting stuck with something else. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning. Did you notice it? And we're actually going to take a look at it now to see if you did notice it. When I did this, I didn't know. You know, it was the first one of these shadow boxes I actually did. And let me make this camera bigger so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so if you're looking at it straight on, you're looking at it, the Happy Halloween going across, you're missing a lot of that. And you're missing it. Let me switch cameras. You're missing it because I didn't bring the Happy Halloween down far enough. So it's even with the top, it's only 4mm down, where this is 17mm down, so you're losing 13mm of the Happy Halloween. Now if you bend it down, you can see it, but nobody's going to be looking at it like that. They're going to be looking at it straight on, which is like this. So if you caught that, throw me something out there, let me know you caught that. If you didn't, don't worry about it, because obviously I didn't either when I did it. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to fix that part there. So that got me, obviously you can see it got me. So let's go ahead and go to LightBurn, and let's take a look and see what we got to be able to make that to where you're going to be able to see it. So let's get the Happy Halloween. Let's bring this down, and let's put it right about here, and let's make it just a little bit bigger, I guess. We'll go right about there, because what you're going to do is you're going to select this. So let me make sure they are grouped. They should be, but they're not. So now they are. Select this, and let's bullseye that in there. So if you're looking at it, you will see that border that comes around a 17mm coming down. You will have space to be able to see that H and the N. So that looks good. But how are you going to get this to go up to here? You're going to hit this button here, and it's going to bring it up to the top. And we don't want it to go all the way to the top, so let's go ahead and click this and just come down to right about there. So now if you have that 17mm, you lost everything. You won't see nothing. So how do you get this top piece down? Let's go ahead and drop this down to here, and let's click this here. Easiest way to do this, I mean, you can draw a box and then put a box across here that's the distance that you think you're going to need, and then you can try to weld it all together. But that's the hard way to do it, or that's not the way I chose to do it. I put my fixed position point right here in the bottom middle. I don't have it anywhere. It's in the bottom middle. Reason is that's going to take this top and drop it straight down. And we know that, ungroup this, we just want this one. We know that we're down 4mm, so we need to go down to 17. What is 17 minus 4? That's 13mm. So we need to come down 13mm, and that's going to put that right across this line. So how you do that? Definitely by having your fixed position point right here, and then you're going to come to the height. You're going to click on that, and you're going to put minus 13, because that's the difference that you need. You're at 17. You went down 4, so you're taking 4 off of 17, comes to 13. And as soon as I click this, you're going to see it's going to drop it straight down to here. And it goes right across there. Now, let's get this and just move this out of my way for a second so don't get it in our way of what we want to do here. Now, we're going to take this one, select this one that we just dropped down, and we're going to send it to the top. Now, it's right underneath that line. But if you look, it's not touching or going overlapping those lines, which we needed to do. Why is that? Because the O is actually a little bit bigger than the rest of the letters. I don't know why they do that, but that is what they do. So in order to get those all to go overlap, you got to overlap the O a little bit more. So let's click off of that, select the O, which is going to select all the lettering, and we're going to hit Control, and we're going to go up 1 just to get all of that over top of that line. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to select, since the Happy Halloween is already selected, backspace, backspace. This mouse is on my nerves today. And we're going to select the inner box, Boolean, and there it is, B subtract A. And what it's going to do is it's going to come down, it's going to cut out all this. And also it's also going to cut out the H, the A, the P, and it's going to cut all the insides of those out so that you'll be able to see through it. It's going to look really nice. Now we need to add the witch to this. Select all this, group the witch for right now so we don't move this center part here. Let's bring the witch down to about in here to see what the size of the witch would be. I think that's a little too big. So let's make it a little bit smaller. And I think that looks pretty good. You could go a little smaller, a little whatever you want. It's your choice. Put the witch in here. Select this. Select this. And did I group this one here? I don't think I regrouped it. I did not. So let's go ahead and group that. Select this. Select this. And center that in the middle. Now we're going to take this witch and we're going to put the witch where we want the witch to be. Which you want it to be enough here connected and enough there connected. You could have it back farther if you want. You could have it up farther if you can have it wherever you want. But I think I'm going to put it right about, I think I'll put it on the H. And I think that's going to put that somewhere in, probably right about here, which will look really nice. Still think the witch is just a little too big. I'm going to shrink her down just a little bit. And now let's readjust it and put that in the H so it's connected here. And you're connected over here. Select the inner box in the Happy Halloween. Boolean. Nope. 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 That's the one you want. It's joint. That's not the one we want either because it's got that anomaly on the outside. So let me cancel that. And it is selected all that. So let me ungroup that. That's why, because it also selected the outer red line. So this we know is good. We can get that out of the way for right now. We know that our witch now is going to be inside that. It's going to look good. It was hard to see that it was grouped because I didn't really see that it was selecting that. So select that one. Select this one. That are the only two that's grouped or that are selected. And Boolean did not go. Don't know what that hiccup was about, but I didn't want to do it right away. That is the one you want. It's going to be connected up here, and then it's going to be whatever that is waving across the back is going to be connected back there. So that's the one you want. Hit OK. Take this and just get this out of the way. That is our next layer. So what happened here? I didn't group those. Go back. Those are the little parts of these. Inside here we also want to have cut out. So let's go ahead and select all of that. Now they're all selected and group. And now I can bring this down. That is all your layers. You have your backer board. You have your first layer, then your second layer. All your spacers is going to go on top of this one if you use the LED strip lights, and then you have this one here. The only other layer you're going to have is going to be this one here. That is the 17 millimeter inward offset. Let's put that on the red because we are done with everything. And we know that we didn't finish all the node editing here, but it would look, if we kept going, it would look like this. Exactly how you want to have it. So it would look just like that. But that's how you're going to be able to node edit. That's how you're going to be able to put all these things together. And that's kind of it. One last thing I want to kind of show you. You're wondering, what is all this? All this is everything that is in here. And what that's here for is to let me know where I need to paint behind that. These are all the cutouts from right in here. And I need to know if I want to paint it orange or yellow or something spooky, orange and yellow. Then you're going to need to know where you are going to paint all those. So those are there to represent that. Now, how did I get that? Let's go over here, select this one. They should all be grouped, and it's not, so click off it. Let's select all. No, I don't want to group it. Let me ungroup it. Let me ungroup all of this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to unshow the black, because I need the red. And I'm going to select all of this red. It ain't going to select it that way, so we're going to select all those. Now we're going to go left to right to left. We're going to select that one. I need to group those. Let me Control-D, duplicate it first, then group it, and then move this over to here. Because I need to be able to get this where it needs to be. Move this out of the way. Let me delete this for 1 second. Let's go back. We're going to want to actually select all of this. We want to select it all, Control-D, duplicate it, and then group that duplicate, and then bring that over here. Now, we're going to take this and get rid of this like it wasn't there. Ungroup. Select all of this, delete it. Now we're going to select all of this, select this, and we're going to center that in the middle. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to ungroup everything, and I'm going to take this away. So let's go ahead and delete that. Delete on your keyboard. And we're going to take these, get rid of that, delete that, and we're going to leave everything else you see here. And we should have one more of these going around it too, which we do. Right click and delete that. Now you click on it again, you only have your dashes going around it. So we know that is just one layer on that. Now what we're going to do, select all of this. Nope, go this way. Let's go right to left to right. Let's put that on a different toolpath. And we're going to put that on the green toolpath. And what that's going to do is that's going to represent where you need to paint on your backer board, so you know. Because you're going to paint your whole backer board whatever color you want. I did mine purple. You're going to paint it all purple. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to have it cut out your piece down here once you figure out the size you need. Then you're going to have it fill all this so that you know where you need to do that at. And you want to do it at a really, really fast speed and not so much of a strong power, because you don't want it to really go deep into it. You just want it to, more than likely, you're going to want to have it as a line where it's just going to trace out around it, so that when you go back up, when you take that off the laser bed, you'll know where you got to paint over those spots, so that you'll be able to get that color that you want behind that. Because I put it in fill, and I'm going to group all these. And group it, and now I want to group all these, group it, and what you're going to do is let me show the black again, and it didn't group the black because I didn't have that shown, so let's put that in there, group that, select this one, bullseye it. Now what you're looking at here is all these spots that are green are all going to be yellow or orange or white, whatever color you want to put in them. So that's what that's going to do for you. That's going to allow you to know where you have to paint. So you're not painting over here or you're not messing up and painting over here where you don't need to paint. You know exactly where you need to put that paint for the windows. So that's all that's there for. Backspace, get it back to where it was. That's all that is there for, just so you know. But you don't want to have it in fill. You want to have it in line, where it's just going to outline all that. And you don't want it to outline it real deep. So I think that is it. I think that's going to be it. You got all your, you saw how you was able to do all these things for your backer board, or when you start out, all you're going to start out with is just a 300 by 300. Then when you do your next one, all you're going to do is select it, ungroup it, because I don't want that little one down here to be selected. Select it, offset, change it to 4, and there's your first layer right there. Now you're going to take that, you're going to Control-D, duplicate it, slide it over. Now you're ready to start doing your images for all the things you have. You're able to start doing them in there. So that's it. Let's kind of put all this together to see and make sure that it looks good. We know that is all grouped. We know this one's all grouped. Is this one all grouped? Yes, that is all grouped. How about this one? No. So let's go ahead and select all of this one and group that. Select this one. That is grouped. Now, this is how it's going to look on your layers for you. You're going to click the first one, select it, bullseye it. Select your next one, select it, bullseye. Click your next one, select it, bullseye, and then just go right down through, just like this. And then when you look at it, you're going to be able to make sure that you see your border going around it, your inner 17 millimeter border going around. You're going to see everything that's inside that. You'll be able to see that that's what you're going to see with it. So you're not going to see some of this. You're not going to see this stuff on the side. You're not going to see these underneath here so well, but you will see through all of these. You will see through that. You're going to see through that and see the house behind it. The spider, you'll see, you're going to be able to see the E and the N behind that. You will see that. Because if I put that on the, I don't want to do fill because it's actually going to mess it up. Let's see what fill looks like. Yeah, you'll see, you will see it behind there, but line. Come on, hit line. Fill, line. Okay. There we go. All right. So that's going to let you see what you're looking at. Now you can make sure everything inside here that you see, you're going to be able to get what you want. Because if you click this one here and you put that one back on the tool layer, everything inside there, you're going to be able to see. So I think that's it. Let me show you one more time. There she is. If you got it, that mess up I was talking about, drop me something, let me know. If you saw the mess up and you caught it, drop in there and let me know. But then you're going to paint, you're going to do your things. It's going to look really nice. So I think we got it down to pretty decent layers. It's not going to be whatever, this was 11. You'll probably get down around 9. So you'll lose a couple layers, which would be nice, save a little bit of wood. But that's going to be it. I don't think there was anything else I had to show you on it. I think that's pretty much the process of doing it. You can add anything you want to that process. Just go back, if you're a beginner, just rewind it, go back, rewatch it. You'll see what you're looking at, and you'll be able to follow along and do what you want to do to be able to create a Thanksgiving one that's coming up. The nativity scene, and I'm going to drop a video on that one in a month and a half. So you'll be able to see those processes of those things, and you'll be able to do these things yourself. I think that's it. I appreciate you guys. If you stayed around this long, you're the real one. If you didn't, you lost out on a lot. That's on you. But I ask you, if you stayed this long, that means you are a real one. Click it. If you haven't clicked it yet, click it. 86% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. That's crazy to me. If you watch my videos and you want to see the next one that comes out and you come back and rewatch them, click it. This way you're a subscriber. It helps me out. And you'll be able to see anything that I have coming out. So click it. I appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the bell notification so you do see my next videos. And drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think. I would love to see a picture of something you took from what I showed you and what you made with it. I would love to see that. That would be awesome. I do have a site out there. It's if you want to, give me a little tip or, give me something because you enjoyed what I did and you want to see me keep going and growing and you want to help me, be able to buy some supplies here. It's ko-fi.com/pros, laser, and CNC. It will be down underneath here. I'll have it for you, and you will be able to see it in my description of on my channel, and you also see it in the description of this video. You can go down and click the more, and dot, and you'll be able to see. You'll be able to click on it there, and it'll take you to that. I have 3 files on there now. I'm going to add much more, and you could either buy them outright, or you can become a supporter, and you can, $3, $6, or $20 a month, and you'll be able to download those things. If you're a bronze, you'll be able to get it for 60% off. If you're a silver, you'll get it for 80% off. And if you're a gold, if you want to go $20 a month and you want to help me out, then you'll get those for 100% off. There's only 3 files, so I know there's not a lot yet, but I am going to keep adding them. I'll add stuff like this on there, so you guys will be able to do it. I didn't actually laser engrave this one and put this together, so I don't know how well it's going to do until I actually do one and put it together and glue it and I see everything work perfect the way it's supposed to. Then I'll put it on that site. I don't want you guys, buying something that had a little flaw to it or something that was wrong. So, but that's ko-fi.com. That is the site that I'm on. It does have, like I said, as a store. You can become a member. Or you can just go ahead and give me a tip for a Big Mac. That would be awesome. So I appreciate you guys. That's enough of that. Click and thumbs up and subscribe for me and all the other good things. Hit the bell notification and share this. Let other folks see that, what kind of stuff we're doing and what kind of stuff you're watching. So, thank you guys. I appreciate it. If there's anything else, I can't think of anything else with this video, but if there is, I'll kind of see what I can do. But I think that's pretty much all there is for this video. It's an intermediate kind of a job, but beginners, you guys can do it. So just follow along. Thank you guys much. Till next one, I'll see you later.